Hello, Mustang Nation, and welcome to the 2016 football season. Here with the head coach of your Grapevine Mustangs, Randy Jackson, for the beginning of the 2016 Grapevine Mustang Coaches Show. Tonight's show is brought to you by Kim Assad from DFW Realty, www.kim.dfwrealtyassociates.com, 817-368-2111. Give Kim a call and thank her for sponsoring the show. Starting year 3 for Coach Jackson here. Coach, talk about year 3 and how it's been different from year 1 and year 2.
Well, it's been a lot better as far as just every year I think gets a little bit easier. Just the organization, the coaches. You know, I've had guys with me now a couple of years, and the players get to where they forget how it used to be. Not that it was bad, but it's just different, right, when you have a new guy come in. And I had a dad tell me the other day that he was at some of our year 1 practices, and that I'm a lot more relaxed. And honestly, I mean, he might even use the term nicer now in year 3. And so it's just more enjoyable because the training's on the track, so to speak. So our guys understand exactly how we practice, the tempo of it, and it's very fast and very intense. And so year 3 is, like I say, we've been through a couple of off seasons. Our guys understand what we're doing. And I know we'll get into Azle in a second, but we wouldn't have found a way to win that game if this wouldn't have been year 3.
Gotcha. Well, you also have a 3-year starter at quarterback. You've had to integrate very few new coaches, and you got a solid defense coming back. That's got to be a huge help through everything with this.
Yeah, probably of all those things you said, the fact that we have so many defensive starters coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, just huge. They played 90 snaps the other night, way too many. And it is great. And when I talk to people about our team coming up this year, I always say we got a good defense coming back, and we have a quarterback with some experience. So, yeah, both are huge.
Not many coaches in the DFW area dealing with a 3-year starter that's a junior. So that's huge. So win number 1 Friday night, had some big boys in green wearing the wrong color, obviously. The Star-Telegram predicted 29-20 victory, and you won at 29-21. Tell us about Friday night.
Boy, it was tough. And I've never coached against Azle. Anytime, every 2 years, we can make our own non-district schedule. When I called around and asked people about Azle, I had people tell me that they were going to be physical and traditional, kind of pretty good program. I mean, I had a guy tell me, hey, you'll probably win one, they'll kind of win one kind of deal. They're solid. And, man, I tell you, I've got respect for how they play as far as, I mean, there's some things that, we kind of got frustrated at the other night, but
sure,
they played hard. I mean, they didn't have a lot of returning starters back, and they played really well, I think, for the inexperience that they have. Coach Doris is the head coach there, played there, so he's been there a while, and you can tell it's an established program, and I look for them to be a playoff team, but I'm very pleased that we found a way. I mean, it was not easy, it just wasn't an easy deal.
Well, speaking of which, John Earl talked Friday morning about helping them find a way, and after 3 quarters of a tough night where it was all defense, the 4th quarter, the Mustangs found a way.
Yeah, I think we wore them down a little bit, but Zach Rice, who was the Dallas Morning News Defensive Player of the Week, and Eric Brown was honorable mention. Both those guys just saved us over and over again with turnovers. We talk about being +3 each week in the turnover department. We were +5. So it was just huge. Like I say, our defense just saved us. I think we had 3 first downs offensively in the first half. It just wasn't what we're going to be. We're going to be an improving football team week after week, but it's one of those games where if we wouldn't have found a way to win it, we would have regretted it because we were the better football team. And I'm so thankful in the 4th quarter that it started clicking for us because we did play a good 4th quarter.
Yeah, the 4th quarter was fabulous, and of course, like you say, the defensive turnovers were huge. Zach Rice with 3 key turnovers, and it wasn't just the turnovers and the number of them. A lot of times it was when you got them. They were key turnovers when you got them.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, just all of them were just so big, and our guys are so smart. I mean, we laugh about the quote, but Zach made in the Dallas Morning News that they came out, they scored on a play, kind of a corner route on Zach's side, and they come out in the same thing, and Nick Jordan says, hey, man, it's the same formation. They're fixing to run this play again. I mean, you just don't have many players who are that savvy and that smart. It's fun. Great bunch. 34 seniors, great bunch of seniors, and so seniors found a way Friday.
Coach's dream there.
Yes, sir.
Well, this week, Friday night, Abilene Cooper, one of the perennial Texas Friday night football teams, comes to town. So tell us what we can expect Friday night over at Mustang Panther Stadium.
We're going to see a good football team. I talked to our guys about it. When we do a scouting report Monday morning, and I got on YouTube, and we found highlights from Cedar Park when they beat #1 Cedar Park in 2014. I think they knocked them off in non-district. We saw them play 6A Austin Westlake in non-district. We saw them play Abilene High. So I talked to our guys about Abilene. Things are so far from Abilene, they'll schedule anybody in non-district. So I reached out to them because I knew we needed this kind of game. I view this as a playoffs 1.0. So what I think this is for us is a playoff quality opponent that if you lose, you're not out.
Sure.
So some of our district opponents, let's just be honest, aren't going to get us better. So I think in non-district we have to be very intentional about playing some really good people. I think Abilene Cooper could be maybe the toughest one that we scheduled non-district on paper. And it's going to be, I call it grown man football. I mean, these guys are going to come over here and, statistically, numbers are kind of decreasing in football. They're not decreasing in Abilene. There's not much to do out there. They like football. They'll have over 100 kids on their freshman team. It's going to be a good test for us.
Well, they're no stranger to the football program, and they do grow some pretty big boys out there. So I'm sure we're going to see some size coming in. So that'll be interesting. Tell us about the new program you're instituting this week for your players.
Well, we started since I don't know how many years, but I've always had players wear nice shirts and ties on game days. So we've decided that we're going to be more on purpose about being blue collar here, and so I've ordered red Dickies work shirts for everybody. I'm going to put a patch above each pocket. I'm going to let them choose a work related, like a one syllable name like Joe, or we're going to put one of our core values on this patch. And so if you see our guys on Fridays, they won't be dressed up. And I'm not sure if they'll be in this week or not, but they won't be dressed up in ties and all, because we're going to be more of a blue collar program with work shirt mentality.
Gotcha. Well, look forward to seeing that. Tell us about the Inside High School Sports program coming up Saturday night at 6:30.
They contacted me, probably through the magic of Twitter. They found out about our Moms 101 program that was our second annual to do this year. And so they came out and videoed, interviewed a few moms. We're here the whole night. And so that's going to air this Saturday at 6:30, Channel 5. I'm not sure how much time it'll be, but they act like it'll be a good segment. And then they're also going to come to the Abilene Cooper game and show highlights of our Cooper game. So I think our broadcast Saturday night at 6:30 will be a lot of grapevine stuff going on inside high school sports. It'll be something definitely set your DVR for if you can't be there then.
Gotcha. So Mustang Nation, make sure you check in Saturday night, 6:30 p.m., Channel 5. And that concludes tonight's Grapevine Mustang show with Coach Jackson. Thanks for coming in. Don't forget to check out Kemasad Realty. That's www.kim.dfwrealtyassociates.com, 817-368-2111. Let's go Mustangs. Let's get Cooper this week. We'll see you next week.